everybody, and welcome to round number 7 of the Sunoco Elite Series Season 4. We are here at a new track on the schedule which has never appeared in SCS history. This is Phoenix International Raceway, which a lot of people expect this to be either a boring race or chaos. It could go either way. But on pole position for his first time this season, Paul Jackson trying to turn that season around for himself as he gets his first pole of the season. Definitely not the first of his career, but it's a way to get his season back under control alongside his former teammate Adam Vincent, who hasn't had a strong start of the season, looking to boost it here today. On row 2, you have Gatlin Downey, who almost won at Kansas. But that was it Kansas? Yeah, I think it was. And he lost to Mulcher, alongside Carson Bauer, who has a win this season, and he's currently tied for second on the all-time win list. On row 3, you have Nick Pericles, who currently sits in the top 15 in points, so it's very strong so far this season. Let's see if we can tie together another good result. We have some news here today, but we'll discuss that in just a moment. Sorry about that, minor interruption. But alongside Bobby Jones, which you can already tell the difference there, but we'll get to that in just a moment. On row 4, you have Vance Caldwell, who actually didn't do much in practice. Jackson was your practice winner, but Caldwell didn't do much in practice, wasn't too fast, but he came out in qualifying with a new setup and really put the hammer down, puts in a row 4 result. Alongside Sean Anger, who did look strong in practice and puts in a good 8th place here in Phoenix. And on row 5, you have William Duncan from Maverick GP, as still 2 wins for that team, only coming out of Halleck. We'll see if Duncan can tie together the 3rd for his own team. Alongside Roger Ray, who has one of his best qualifyings of his career in P10, looking to get a good result here today. But we're talking about there's been changes. And if you didn't notice with Jones, you did notice back there that there's a difference. We're going to talk about that today. There is 2 driver trades that went through before Phoenix, which is why this race took so long, because there was so much confusion on what was happening where, who was going where. And as you can see, Bobby Jones driving a Toyota Camry. This is for Epic Motorsports, as Bobby Jones was traded there in exchange with Clever Haas back for their team leader from 2 seasons ago, Lorenzo Log, as he was automatically upgraded to team leader. Lorenzo Log currently sits P12 and back with his old team that he hasn't been with since season 2. It's a very nice thing to see that he's back with his old team. But the other trade was a very shocking one. You can already see it. Philip Scott in a Ford Fusion. What's the one team that runs Ford Fusion? That's Monarch Motorsports. Yes, Philip Scott traded himself away from the team. Now, normally in the rules you're not allowed to do that, but there is an exception if you make it temporary. This was a temporary trade, as they've already confirmed that they will trade back at the end of the season, and the trade was William Carlson Jr., who didn't have a good qualifying. He made a mistake in qualifying along with a few other people. We'll talk about them in a second. But William Carlson Jr. has been put in the team leader slot on Scott Ganassi Racing, and a lot of people are really scared of him once we get on road courses. They are so scared that he is just going to destroy everyone now that he's up here in rank B. But another person who was traded, who is a road course ringer, is Lorenzo Log. So it'll be fun to see if those two end up tussling it out. But Philip Scott now driving a Nintendo Switch number 8 car, which he hasn't run a Nintendo Switch car since season 1. He's back in this car here today. So it's very nice to see that Philip Scott back in it with an old scheme. Lorenzo Log now sponsoring Lowe's for his old team, as Cordell Paulson was moved. Even though he is 3rd in points, he was moved to the 2nd slot of the team, and Gerardo Ron was moved to the 3rd slot. So those two gonna have to work to get those team leader slots back. But we were talking about people who didn't have good qualifyings, who were good in practice. Scott Roush wasn't too good in practice. He hasn't been that good all weekend, really. Brock was good in practice. He ends up 41st. Finn Guy, Skylar Johnson was actually pretty strong in practice. Halleck was strong in practice. Anderson was decently strong in practice. Gerardo Ron was really strong in practice, top 5. And there's a lot of people here who really we could see climb through the field in an instant. And I definitely think that they can get it done here today. It all matters on how well they can get through the field. So we're going to wait for them to go green. We're going to go through the pack a little bit more, talk about a few more people, because we got a little bit. Red Stallion, they were good in practice. Cascado Johnson showed a lot of speed in practice, but they didn't get the best of qualifyings here. The highest one is 100 right now. So goes down in 16th place, and I'm not saying they're out of it today. They definitely could get up there, but passes aren't a thing that's actually made amazingly often. We do expect a decent amount of cautions today, because these guys have been shown to really be aggressive here, as that's the reason Connor Hurley's at the rear. Connor Hurley had a crash in practice, had to go to a backup car, so he's here today, lining up at the rear of the grid. But we expect this to be a very, very interesting race. Everyone got off pit road, right? Yep, we're good. One more check real quick. We are good to go. Wow, we're going green first try. That's something good to see. It will be Paul Jackson leading them down to the green flag for his first time this season. He says he's known for his speedway performance back home, but he hasn't gotten a speedway win yet, as he'll lead it down to the green flag in Phoenix. Green flag is out. Vincent got the better jump on the outside. The outside's much better on the starts, but once it starts coming in, the inside really starts dominating. So Jackson just needs to hold his own for a few laps, and he will be able to take the lead. As it's Jackson versus Vincent. Vincent has a nice run on the outside. Carson Bowers helping. But Jackson really trying to shut that door. Here comes that outside momentum I was talking about there. It is so strong. Vincent had to check up a little bit there. 3 wide for second, but looks like Jackson's going to try to clear Vincent. He will. Oh, Vincent down low. He went almost into the grass, which could be bad. But Paul Jackson, now your leader here in Phoenix. First time being up here at the start of a race, so we'll see if he can handle the pressure. Yeah, he's been able to handle the pressure going through a pack before, multiple times. How can he do staying at the front through 78 laps? This is expected to be a pretty long one. Adam Vincent really pressuring Carson Bowers is there. Downey was third. He dropped back a little at the start. But the end of lap 3, Jackson continues to lead. Let's look back through the pack at some of the people we expected to watch. Lorenzo Log in his new ride, right on the back of Ray and Duncan, so he sits in P11. He gained 1 spot on that start, as it looks like he really wants to gain another. Oh, but Stu Cole, who also had a very nice qualifying for herself, trying to challenge, but the outside momentum and the power difference, yeah, that's just going to make a difference. Looking back a little more, Philip Scott did not have the start he wanted. He's now 17th. I believe he started, I want to say 15th, so he lost a few spots. Gerard Aron started in 28th. He now sits P19. Gerard Aron, like I said, was very, very fast in practice, and he's showing it here today. He looks like he's really liking that outside line early, which may not be too good once we get later in the run. Actually, it may not be good starting around now. It might be, though. The inside, yep, there goes Jovic and his teammate Paulson. We'll look a little further back at some of the people expect to climb up. Halleck has been climbing a little bit. He started around 32nd. He now sits 27th. Oh! Anderson! Oh my god, Anderson and Johnson got together in practice. That was not the first time they've gotten together this weekend, as they get together again. These two have not had the best of relationships this weekend, and it continues to show. Gerard Aron really wants this. Look at him threading the needle on his teammate and rookie Dak Jovic, trying to take the position. That is really weird of a move. Jovic now making the move on Philip Scott. This is for 17th. And Jovic. Oh no, Philip Scott just dive bombs it. Gets it right under him, and Philip Scott will retain the position. We'll go look back to the front as we get the leaderboard up. It is still Paul Jackson at the front by 0.2 of a second. As you can see, William Carlson Jr. at the rear of the field, not having the day he wanted so far. Same with Brock. Finguy hasn't jumped at all. Roush hasn't jumped really at all. This guy's starting to struggle. Johnson getting pushed back. I guess that contact really didn't agree. Maybe there's a tire rub there, because Johnson is dropping like a rock. But Downey on that outside. Let's look at this battle. Downey versus Vincent's heating up. Here comes Vincent back on the inside. Downey really arches it wide, but that worked really well. Downey seems to like that outside line, but I see Bowers hugging the back of the 10 car. This is Fitzwater Australia Racing versus Epic Motorsports. These two have been rival teams for a while, but Bowers and Jackson have been known to actually work together every once in a while, as these two actually have a pretty decent relationship off track. They're pretty good friends. So it may be a different scenario here. I don't think they're going to really be too aggressive with each other, because they actually know each other pretty well. So Jackson versus Bowers. But now Gatlin Downey closing in. I do not see anyone behind. They slowed down a ton. Is there a caution? There is! Oh, and there's a few people involved. That's Jackson crossing the line. He will take it. Arndt is involved. He was a huge guy back in practice. He was 6th in practice. Oh, this was a big one. We'll be back. Scary incident. His teammates would get together. Dodd and Shepard. And then Anderson nails Shepard. Oh, that's not good. We hope Shepard's going to be okay in that. Let's go look at that again. Here's the view of the incident. Shepard got out of the car, but he said he does not feel well. After that, I wouldn't either, because that was a hard hit. As we're hoping Shepard's going to be alright and cleared for the next race. He is actually pretty high in points, so this would be huge championship implications for himself if this goes through. Finguy involved, Carlson involved, Monaco, Roush involved. Roush took a lick of that. That's going to be huge for championship implications. The pace car's trying to get past a few people. That is going to be pretty big for championship, as Jackson really liking what he's seeing. With Roush now having damage, Dunbar's done. Dunbar was surprisingly fast in practice. As Jackson just trying to get past the traffic. Is he going to dump into pit lane right now? That would be strange. He is. Jackson's in pit lane. Bowers, Downey, Arndt, everyone's in. Wow. That's an interesting call. It is lap 14, and these tires go off pretty quick. We expect 4 tire stop. 4 tires and fuel is exactly what we expect here. As everyone's up to pit lane speed. Jackson has that first pit stall too, which is going to be really important for this, because the first pit stall is so much of an advantage that he is in. We're going to see 4 tires and fuel is the expected. See, look how far behind Bowers' team is on that pit stop. Trying to speed it up. But it will be Paul Jackson getting him out of the pits. Here comes Gatlin Downey. He got him. Wow. Gatlin Downey jumps Bowers out of the pits. Jones did pretty good there. Stucol in a top 10 position now. Lorenzo Law getting up there. They're awarding Audrey Bernowski is a good position. And the Clever Haas cars are there. They're relevant, but they're not at the front. They're not in winning contention yet. They're going to have a while to go to do that. But we'll be back. Paul Jackson leads. So here we go. It will be not Audrey Bernowski. Skylar Johnson on the inside lap car. She had damage from that incident and the incident with Anderson. And those two got together. So Paul Jackson leads now. These people really like to tussle, but it took 15 laps for a caution. Will we have another one on this restart? Paul Jackson has led every lap to this point. Can he lead another? He'll lead it down to the green flag once again in the restart. Lap 17 in Phoenix. Green flag back in the air. Downey got a good start, though. So did Bowers. Actually, a lot of people behind got a good start, but Jackson got a good one, too. Everyone gets a good start. And Jackson will lead it out of 2. But Downey trying to hunt him down. For the new team this season, Chalk Allison Racing, they haven't been turning many heads, but they haven't been doing bad either. They've been doing pretty good. And Gatlin Downey proving that here today. He's P2. But Jackson, his season has started out pretty bad. He used to be down in the late 20s in points, and he's really gained it up. He's now in the top 20 in points, and he's doing pretty well, but he still has a little bit to go if he wants to get himself into this championship. As we are still green here in Phoenix on coming to lap 20, but Gatlin Downey trying to make a move. Jackson arching it, trying to keep Downey at bay. We are still green. Bowers now, who will he help? Will it be friendship over rivalry? It will be. Bowers helps Jackson, gives him a little bit of a push, and Jackson will regain the lead, so it's friendship over rivalry there. Very interesting. But that just means that Bowers is a trustworthy person. Jackson put a lot of trust in Bowers there, and he really came through for him. And Jackson retains the lead, lap 21. He still led every lap to this point. But Downey just seems to be a little bit faster in his Ford Mustang over the Toyota Camry. But right now, Paul Jackson leads yet another lap. But it has not been easy. Even though he's led every single lap, it has not been easy for him, as he has been challenged by both Bowers and Downey so far this race. And we'll see how long Jackson can hold him off, if it's not much longer at all. Or maybe he'll hold him off for the whole race. We'll have to see, as Caldwell's getting into the picture. Vincent's back in the picture. Bobby Jones and Nick Pericles are approaching. There is Aja Bernaska started pretty well, and just maybe something happened. As we look up, Lorenzo Log lost a few positions on the start, but Gerard Oron is cracking the top 10. He started 28th. This is showing how good Gerard Oron was in practice. He was fast, top 5 fast. Actually, I believe he was 5th behind, let's see if I can get this right. Bobby Jones, who sits P7. 3rd in practice is Jeffrey Finguy, who's out. Halleck was 2nd, and then your current leader was 1st in practice. That's Paul Jackson, who is now turning in some fast laps. Gatlin Downey has a fast lap, and no one's in the 26s yet, as this pack is really starting to heat up. It's Bowers versus Downey now. But this is really helping Jackson. Jackson wants to see these guys battling, because this gives him a little bit more of a gap and some breathing room to just chill, save a little bit of his tires if he needs it. This is a really good thing for him. Jackson I'm not sure if Jackson's ever been in a position like this in his career, where he's been at the front, he's been dominating. He is already through more than almost a third of this race. Actually, I believe we are at a third now. We're at a third through this race, and Jackson has led every lap to this point. Like I said, it definitely hasn't been easy, though. Oh, but I want to keep my eye on Gerard Oron, because look at him go. He is now into P9, getting ready to challenge Evgeny Kuznetsov, as Trailblazers putting in a nice performance today. They had used to have 2 in the top 10, but Gerard took that from Angel and Duncan, and now Kuznetsov going to have to defend from the 19. 19 looking very strong, as now Pericles has joined into this battle. Jones is on his way. Bobby Jones in his new Toyota Camry. Car design is the same, though. Jackson has reached a lap car. This is Skyla Johnson. How can he deal with her? Oh, not too well. 28-1. Here comes Vincent. Jackson, what are you doing? Jackson's not known for being an aggressive person. And that might be his downfall. Oh, did he just trick Vincent into doing that? Did he just trick Vincent into doing that so he could take the outside on Johnson? I think he tried, but it didn't work. Adam Vincent, new leader for the first time this race. But now there goes Jackson. Jackson P2, but he's shown to be very fast, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got this lead back. But your top 5 is currently now Adam Vincent, Paul Jackson, Carson Bowers, Vance Caldwell, and Gatlin Downey. Oh, Gerardo Ron's only 2.5 seconds out of the lead. Bowers trying to take Jackson. How good is Jackson on the outside? We haven't really seen that today. Oh, but he is showing to be really fast on the outside. Oh my word! That was a beautiful move. Paul Jackson back to the lead. Instead of getting passed by Carson Bowers, he uses the outside momentum to just slingshot around the 42. Jackson gets back into the lead and will continue his rampage here in Phoenix. That was a very cool move to watch. Oh, that was awesome. Gerardo Ron, though, gaining on the pack ahead. This could be fun. This could get fun. Oh, caution's out, and Jackson will lead it back. Oh, right at the caution, Vincent tried to make a move. He saw the caution lights. Not going to get there. Well, oh, Philip Scott, hard hit. What happened? This was just a massive chain reaction. Johnson would get spun near the front, clip the 66. 66 barely saves it. Gets clipped in the rear. Clipped by Philip Scott. Clipped by... Oh, my God. And then look at the chaos that ensued. Everyone would get out of the car. Johnson's shaken up, but she's fine. God. It was scary, but everyone's all right there. But it will be Paul Jackson. Let's see if they pit here. They did actually pit as we're already into the pit stalls. Jackson has Bowers right behind him. They're on almost synchronized right now, but Jackson's barely ahead. Did you just take no tires? Are you crazy? Vincent! Oh, he almost got there. He almost got there too. Gerardo Ron grabs Pericles in the pits. That's pretty big. But did you just, like Mulcher, this place grains your tires pretty fast. You lose lap times decently fast. If he just did that, I don't know what is going through his head. Is 29th a lap down? No, he's registered on the wheel. Look at all those people that dropped out from that. That's insane. A lot of people got hit and clipped and not fun jumping. Big guys out. That's huge. It's registering that, yeah, Mulcher's on the tail end of the lead lap, which means that it's Paul Jackson continuing to lead. We'll be back. Green flag back in the air real quick. Jackson right on the start goes right around Mulcher. Mulcher looks to have damage. Very swift move by the 10. As we'll get the leaderboard back to the front. I think I heard an incident right off the start. Oh, Leeson's back in pit, working on the right side. That's not good. I think it should contact in the back, but no caution, so we're still good. Paul Jackson will lead yet another lap. As he has already led the most laps, he will get the extra 10 points, so he will have 120 points if he can win this. If he gets second, he will still get the most points out of this race. Oh, Vincent really struggling for grip today. I don't know what's up with that. Vincent has been struggling with grip, trying to stay on the bottom, but it really has been working. Yeah. Vincent, very weird with his grip. Jackson seems to be doing pretty well so far. I don't want to jinx anything, but seems to be doing pretty well so far. Oh, Vincent got a little shaky there. That's what I'm talking about. His grip is pretty weird right now. He should really focus on keeping the car. See, right there. Lost a little bit of grip. He's gaining it back, though. Almost hits Jackson, but gets below him. That was a great move out of Vincent, even with the loss of grip. And that's a caution, and that will put Vincent in the lead. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit of a wreck fest. What happened? Alright, no big deal. Hurley just clipped Jovic. Jovic gets a little bit of front end damage, flips into the wall, but he would get back going. Everyone would be alright in this incident. All the cars. I mean, like the cars, not the people. Obviously, the people are okay, but Adam Vincent at the line will get it. So, we'll be back. Update. First of all, Downey's pitting from P3. He's the only one in the pack to do so. There's Paulson and Jordan. It looks like the Clever Haas cars are making a weird call. But they did actually award it to Paul Jackson. So they did hand it back to Jackson. So Jackson will continue to lead. Alright, now this is getting fun. Again, no one dropped out from that incident. That was so small, it didn't even matter. But Jackson... It's Jackson, Vincent, Caldwell, Bowers, and Kuznetsov. Jordan, 24th, Paulson, 23rd, Downey, 22nd. These are the people who pitted. Keep an eye out for them, because if it goes right, how they expect, they will rip through this pack. Straight through it. But Paul Jackson will lead it back to the green flag for yet another lap led. Paul Jackson leads it back down lap 48 to 78, coming to 38 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Vincent got an amazing start though. Wow! That was a beautiful run on the start, but Jackson on the outside. It's hard to pass Jackson, especially around 3 and 4. Can he pull it off? Again, along with the fact that Vincent has been struggling for grip today. And it shows. Vincent, no grip on the inside, loses the position. Vincent and Caldwell are chasing Jackson. Oh, there's another incident. We're getting a wreckfest, boys. We'll be back. Yet again, not too bad. Hurley would flip a few times, but he would drop out of the race. Hurley is alright, though. A little frustrated, but that's what happens. I believe I heard something actually up ahead. Yes! Rowe gets clipped. They would drive away, so there was 2 separate incidents. Everyone's getting really aggressive late race here. We expected chaos. We kind of did. We'll be back. Alright, here's to hoping we don't continue wrecking. Because that was our 4th caution, I believe, most of the season in one go. Let's see. Paul Jackson, once again. We'll lead it down to the green flag, same top 5 as before. We line up the same way. Paul Jackson will lead it down. Can Vincent get the run like he did last time? He's going to be in turn 1. He's going to be outside Luis in a little bit. How will that work for Vincent? Can Vincent work on the outside? The grip. There's just something not right with Vincent's suspension right now, is what it looks like. Because those tires... Not his suspension. What am I talking about? Something wrong with his tires. Something wrong with Vincent's tires right now because he is just no grip anywhere on the track. He's already complained about it on the radio that he is losing grip. The fact that he's still this much in contention for this race win without grip is huge. But it might not be the tires either, because it's been all race. Through every caution, through every change of tires, he's still been struggling for grip. Vincent just not doing what you would expect out of someone on Full Frontal Motorsports, someone that strong. But Bowers now getting passed up by Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov doing pretty well here today. He now sits P4. We now have gone caution-free for a few laps. Let's check on Gerard Aron. Gerard Aron hasn't been making positions. Actually, Paulson's the one making positions now. Okay, it seems a few people just came out of the pits. Oh no, a few people have problems. Dodd has issues. Mulcher has issues. We're still green though. We're still fine. Keep going. Jackson continues to lead, but Vincent is tailing him. Luisin, the rookie who's a lap down with damage, is holding his own. Here comes Kuznetsov. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian driver. Oh, he has a lot of grip right now, because it looks like Jackson's starting to struggle for grip. But Kuznetsov is not, as he got past Caldwell and he got past Bowers like it was nothing. Kuznetsov now tails Vincent. Vincent tails Jackson. Kuznetsov trying to make a move on the outside. Luisin's just going to drive around Jackson. I think Luisin just has a better set of tires. I think that's what's happening. Because they're all still running pretty decent lap times. It's just, yeah, Luisin's just running better. So, yeah. It's just Luisin has a fresher set of tires right now. So, if I was Jackson, I'd just let him go. Because Kuznetsov is approaching at an alarming rate. What is happening? Where did Kuznetsov come from? Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian, takes the lead. And he will get the lead on lap 60. Jackson starting to struggle for grip. Vincent has always been struggling for grip, and it seems that Kuznetsov just took advantage of that. Oh, but everyone's struggling for grip right now. No one's having a fun time. This track has no traction. And that's really been hurting some people today, but oh my word, it helped Yevgeny Kuznetsov. The Russian enjoying this track right now. It looks like he's having such a fun time. This is, I believe, Yevgeny Kuznetsov's first laps led in his career. Congratulations, Yevgeny Kuznetsov, because he just powered through. His teammate, Sean Angel, isn't that far down. Now Caldwell has good grip. Some people just got a lot more grip out of nowhere. I don't know where all this traction came from, but Jackson has none. Vincent has none. These two lost all their traction. Jordan's starting to hunt through this pack. Paulson and Roush are starting to hunt through this pack. They're starting to have grip. But Yevgeny Kuznetsov has all the grip in the world. I don't know where it all came from or how they got it, but they're here now. Vincent and Jackson fighting. You don't want to fight too hard because you might wreck. Yeah, Vincent backed off there. This race just got turned on its head, though. I cannot believe what just happened. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian for Trailblazer Motorsports. Trailblazer Motorsports has never won outside of both a road course and specifically Mid-Ohio. They've won at Mid-Ohio 3 times, but they have never won a race other than there. Can Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian, coming out of absolutely nowhere. He was not fast in practice. He did not have a good qualifying. And out of absolutely nowhere, he is leading this race with almost 10 to go. A little over 10 to go. As here comes Duncan on Vincent. Vincent on Jackson. Jackson has lost all grip here in Phoenix. Jackson needs to find that grip. Because there goes Sean Angel. Here comes Stukel. Jackson is falling apart. Something is wrong with the 42 and the 10. They do not have grip. Bowers lost grip a while ago. He's near the back of this pack. What just happened? Jackson getting past Vincent. Now what can he do? He's buried in the pack now. 7th. What can the 10 car do? He was shown to be fast earlier today, but what can he do from here? Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Do they have to pit again? Are the tires going to play a factor in how this race ends? And if so, then the 11 just won this race, if so. Cordell Paulson would win the race, and it would be a Clubber Haas 1-2. Because these two pit late. Maybe that's what they were expecting. They maybe expected a late pit. And that would be huge. That would win them automatically the whole race. But Yevgeny Kuznetsov, I can't believe we're saying this. 10 laps to go for the Russian. The Russian rookie. Caldwell trying to get himself in points. He's really low in points. Lorenzo Log showing why he was deserved to be on this team. Definitely performing here. But right now, it's all Yevgeny Kuznetsov. It's all Trailblazer. They currently sit 1-4. Where is their teammate Benoit Laverne? Did he drop out? No, he's 20th. He's still in this. I do not see Gerardo Ron. Has he climbed up? Yes, he is. He's starting to climb. Oh, boy. Stucol in 6th. What a performance out of her. Laughter Stucol really putting something good together here. The BMWs. Oh, my God. They came out of nowhere. Stucol versus Lorenzo Log versus Sean Angel Jackson sitting in the back just trying to keep grip. Struggling for it. Still, leading the most laps, getting pole, and leading a lap. That's 20 points added to whatever he gets. So P7 isn't that bad. That's still going to gain him a ton of points. Roush, though, 13th is going to help his points a little bit. Except for the fact that two of his championship rivals, the two behind him in points, are right ahead of him. Look at Paulson gaining the position on Jones. And he's going right after Fitzwater. That was a great move out of Cordell Paulson. Oh my God, I can't believe how much grip played a factor in this race. It really, really did. 5 laps to go for Yevgeny Kuznetsov for his first career win, the Russian driver. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. He was one of the top top Asian Tour drivers. Yevgeny Kuznetsov was, and he was a touring car guy. But now he's out here trying to make a name for himself. He's stuck behind Windhelm though. There he goes. He got him. Caldwell tries to dive low. Oh, I don't think they're going to catch him. I think Jackson's going to settle. Oh! I saw loss of... Was that just loss of grip or was that a caution? That's a caution! Will we go green again? I don't know. We'll be back. Alright, it has been officialized. My God, we will not go green again. The stewards have called the race as we stand, which sucks. We could have gone green again, but they're not going to call it. Which means Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian, will get his first career win here. We still have 2 laps to round because they still got to go through the timing markers. We're going to talk about a few of the drivers and how they finished here. Caldwell ties together, gets 2nd. Duncan 3rd. Angel 4th. Log 5th. Stucol, one of her best finishes of all time, in 6th. Jackson will gain 20 points onto what he just got in 7th, which is, if I'm correct, let's go... $93 points for Paul Jackson, which is a huge haul. over Roush's 13th with no extra bonus points. But my God, Pericles in the pits, he's done, it looks like, too much damage. But my God, we're taking the final rounds, and I can't believe we're saying this for the first time since Season 2. We're finally going to see Trailblazer Motorsports go to victory lane, but it will be here in Phoenix, around the last corner. My God. From a turn of events that all the grip was lost from the leaders, Yevgeny Kuznetsov, the Russian driver, took advantage of a bad situation for others. And Yevgeny Kuznetsov will take his first career win, and Yevgeny Kuznetsov wins the round of Phoenix. I cannot believe it. Caldwell officialized second, Duncan third, Angel fourth, Alog fifth, Stukel sixth, Jackson seventh, Bowers eighth, Rowe ninth, and Fitzwater rounding out the top 10. Roush lost some points to a lot of people. Pit strategy out of Gerard Aron didn't work out too well. Still top 15 for himself. After starting 28th, that's still pretty good. Vincent had a huge performance earlier this race. Was going so well. Almost took the lead a few times, but loss of grip, ends in 14th. Jackson had the better of the two. He gets 7th. Not bad. But congratulations, Yevgeny Kuznetsov. He will roll it into the pits and will go to victory lane. And the first win for Russia in the Sunoco Elite Series, Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Congratulations. Let's go look at your finishing result. So it's Yevgeny Kuznetsov taking his first career win for Russia. We already talked about this top 10. Let's go look back and actually check on a few people near the rear. But while they were being tied together, good. First, 4th, and 17th for Trailblazer Motorsports, really trying to turn around their season. Some people didn't have the best of days. Halleck was really fast in practice, didn't have a good qualifying, had a decent race, got up to 22nd, but not the performance he was looking for. Some people back here, Anderson Shepard was officialized that he did have a he had a sprained wrist. It was a sprained wrist, and Shepard will stand out for one race. They say it's not too bad, but they want him to stay out for one race. As you can see, there was an incident on pit road with Paulson. Ooh, but he's fine. He's still got his position. So they will have to find a replacement for Aiden Shepard for the time being from Shock Allison. So they're going to have to get on that. Congratulations, though, to Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Congratulations, Paul Jackson, though. That was a very nice performance for himself, something he really needed to turn his season around. And I believe he'll get the second most amount of points in this race, which is huge. So Scott Roush retains his points lead by 68 points over Alexander Rowe. He is dominating so far this season, even though he's only led 10 laps. That was actually Scott Roush's first race out of the top 10, as he had 6 top 10s coming into it. As now, Scott Roush. All right, let's do this again. 3, 2. So it's Scott Roush retaining his points lead after Phoenix with 68 points, dominating the season so far over Alexander Rowe. And Cordell Paulson, who is 106 points back. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. now takes the 4th position, 112 points back. He can still take the points lead. He just needs a really strong performance. When we get to the people who are out of it, as of now, which is Duncan, Mulcher, Brock, Jackson, who gained 9 spots from 17th to 8th. So Paul Jackson is very much in the thick of things for this championship now. He's right there, as Bowers gained 5 spots, Pericles lost a spot, Alog gained 9 spots, so Log's back in this. Caldwell gained 14 spots, he's back in this. Jones gained 5 spots, he's in this now. Downey gained a spot, but then you get to some of the people who lost some spots. Jeffrey Finguy lost 7 from the 8th position to 15th. Jovic lost 3. Windhelm lost 1. Stucol is in the top 20, which is amazing. Arndt lost 9 positions. Stucol gained 10, just saying. But while there, Veen gained 1. Shepard lost 10, and he'll have to find his replacement. Carlson lost 10 again. From 12th to 22nd, but we're hitting 2 road courses, which we expect Carlson to do good at. Angel gained 7, though, so he's up. This shows how far back Kuznetsov is. He gained 105 points, and he's still only in 34th. But he did gain some, so that's at least something. Roush Racing Enterprises currently leads constructors over Maverick GP still, but Clever Haas Racing is now in the thick of things to get a rank A seat. And with their old team leader back, we could definitely see them doing that now, but it's still a long road ahead. Epic Motorsports has gained their way back into a rank A slot. First Order Australia is there. Scott Ganassi's in 6th, Full Frontal's in 7th. Shock Allison losing a little bit in 8th. Trailblazer jumped and is now right behind Shock Allison. 9th, Monarch continuing to fall more and more as they're right ahead of Thundersport. Oh, their season started so well. We'll see if Philip Scott can turn that around for them. But HHR, Red Stallion, and then Sabasport rounding out. They have not had a good performance this season. But 1 win out of Roush Racing Enterprise and Maverick GP, but then you got 2 wins out of Full Frontal, as the wins have been very, very divided so far this season. I'm forgetting some of the winners for some reason. Scott Ganassi's win doesn't actually count as Scott Ganassi's. It does count as Monarchs because he switched over his stats and points switched over, but don't fret. That win does count toward Monarchs, so we'll probably find a way to fix that in the leaderboard for next time. But Trailblazer has a win now, which is huge for their confidence, huge for them in general. They really needed some kind of confidence booster going through this season, as this was definitely what they needed. Next time is going to be Portland, which is going to be so much fun. It's always been fun with a very deadly, if I'm correct, it is turn 4. We'll see if anyone, we'll see who will conquer Portland. And then we'll be heading to Sonoma, which is going to be really fun. Sonoma's always really, really fun. Very fun, exciting track. And then it's to the 2 doubleheaders in a row, which is Vegas and then the All-Star race in Homestead for moving international for the last 10 races of the season. But until next time, guys, ciao.